ADUs in Bryan and College Station, Texas. This is a hot topic. Are ADUs a huge opportunity here in town? Well, yes and no. There are a lot of ADUs and they've been rented out for years, but are they strictly legal? We're going to answer that as we cover the 5 things you need to know about ADUs in Bryan and College Station, Texas. And then we're going to cover the Senate bill that could change everything for the ADU investor here in Aggieland. Guys, we're covering that and more on your favorite channel, Investing in Bryan and College Station, Texas. If you want to grow your wealth through real estate, hit that subscribe button. If you don't know who I am, my name is Greg Schwartz, Marine Corps helicopter pilot turned real estate investor, and along the way, I got my real estate license to help folks just like you grow their wealth through real estate. So let's jump into this episode where we're breaking down the 5 things you need to know about ADUs in Bryan and College Station. Before we jump into ADUs, we should probably define what is an ADU. Well, it stands for Accessory Dwelling Unit. This is also known as a casita, a guest house, an in-law suite, a garage apartment, a pool house, so on and so forth. There are more names than I care to mention, but basically these are all ADUs, which are an additional living space. Think of it as an additional apartment, either attached or detached from the primary house. So now that we know what an ADU is, let's go into the 5 things you need to know about ADUs here in Bryan and College Station. And let's start off with number 1, which of course is the name. College Station decided they didn't want to call it an ADU, they want to call it an ALQ, Accessory Living Quarter. Bryan still calls it an ADU, but if you're going to look up the College Station City Ordinance to find more information, that link is down below, then you're gonna wanna search ALQ, Accessory Living Quarters. Brings us to number 2. In College Station, there's some rules around these ALQs. What we know about ALQs in College Station is that 1, you can only rent it out if it's your primary residence. Build or rent if it's your primary residence. 2, you require 1 off-street parking spot for that ALQ. And number 3, you can only have 1 per lot. Now, I'm not a lawyer, so definitely jump into the city ordinance, read for yourself before you invest in any investment property or look to build an ADU, but that's my understanding of the city law. Number 3 thing that you need to know about ADUs in Bryan and College Station is that the Midtown area in Bryan is a great spot for ADUs. In fact, when they came up with the Midtown idea within Bryan, I've got a whole link to that information down below, so check out that Midtown link, but they were very friendly towards ADUs. So if you do want to invest in an ADU here in town, I recommend that we focus in the Bryan Midtown area. Okay, so if you do want to invest in an ADU, we're recommending Midtown, and I've got a whole breakdown of what that looks like. Go to the description below, click on the link, and I will email you the PDF, 1-pager of how to invest in ADUs, specifically in Midtown area of Bryan, Texas. Number 4 thing about ADUs here in Bryan and College Station, and this is one that a lot of people get caught up on, is the limit to the number of unrelated people that can live in a house. Any of the city laws in Bryan or College Station that limit the number of people who can live in a residence that are unrelated, that has since gone away. There's new state law that overrides that, and so we no longer have the no more than 2 or no more than 4 unrelated people living in a house, and this could definitely affect your ADU, particularly if it's attached to the primary residence. And then the number 5 thing you need to know about ADUs is that, well, financing can be tricky. You see, it's not very easy to get the financing to build an ADU. So if you're trying to build one, which will cost you probably $80,000 to $100,000 for a 1-bedroom accessory dwelling unit, just know it's not going to be easy to find that bank financing. And if you're looking to sell it or buy one of these, know that appraisers don't value the ADU the same way they value the primary residence. So let's assume that they give that primary residence a price per square foot of $150 per square foot. Well, that ADU is not going to carry that same value. So just be cautious when you're making offers on houses with ADUs to truly understand what is the additional value that that ADU provides to that lot. So now you know the 5 things that you need to know about ADUs. Let's talk about the law that could change everything. Okay, so technically it's not a law yet. We're talking about Senate Bill 673. This is in the Texas Senate currently, and the proposed change would basically override local city ordinances about ADUs. So pretty much everything I just told you in this video would get thrown out the window, and we'd have a new set of rules. This would open up opportunities to build, rent, and own ADUs here in town. There would no longer be restrictions about primary residence and who could live in an ADU. It would also make it easier to get permits to build these things. Now, of course, it hasn't been passed yet, but my understanding is that this is a national movement to make it easier to build ADUs to help with, affordable housing, which I think is a great opportunity. States such as Utah, Oregon, Washington, Maine, Connecticut, Colorado, and California have all passed similar bills, so it's only a matter of time till Texas does the same. Of course, we will keep you posted. So, if you are looking to invest in Bryan or College Station, ADUs can be a little bit tricky. I would recommend looking in the Midtown area, or I would probably direct you to look more towards the plethora of multifamily that we have in town. It provides a similar kind of return, and there's way less restrictions. If you want help finding either an ADU or a duplex here in Bryan and College Station, the Schwartz Realty Group is here to help you grow your wealth through real estate. All the contact information to reach out to me is in the description below. Guys, if you like this video, if it brought you any value, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and until next week, you take it easy.